The mayor's seat and several Greensboro council seats, they're up for a vote. Who has thrown their hat into the ring? We're going to find out. The SBI formally reviewing actions taken by the former Greensboro city attorney. And the council just voted last night to approve a zoning request near the Friendly Center, plus another zoning request. Plenty of stuff happening all around Greensboro right now, which is why Greensboro Mayor Nancy Vaughn is with us. And you are going to be taking questions.
Yes.
Okay, so this is what we want you to do. We want you to get that phone out. You can text your question for the mayor, 336-379-5775. That way you get your question in and we'll be answering it later on today. All right, so election filings, candidates right now are throwing their hat into the ring. They got about 2 more days to do that.
They do Friday at noon. If you come in at 12:05, it's too late. But there are a number of people who have filed to run in Greensboro and other municipalities in Guilford County. Right now, I believe there are 2 for mayor. District 1 has 1 person, District 2 has 3, District 3 has 3, 4 has 2, 5 has 1, and then there are 8 at large.
Okay, and so this is one of these things where you can find out who is running right now. All you do is you go to the Board of Elections page and it'll tell you candidates filing and the candidates that are already there. You can take already a look down that list and see who's there.
And they update in real time.
I looked at it just
I go
this
back
morning.
a couple times
Yep,
a
just
day.
to see if anybody else has done that.
But it's so nice looking it up out of curiosity and not being on that side of the fence.
Right, this time you don't have to do that.
I'm not worried about it.
All right, what we have been worried about over the last couple of days has been the flooding. It seems like every single day we've been having a flash flooding issue. All of these streets are getting flooded. What kinds of things has the city learned in the last week and a half or so?
I have to say that the city has really learned over the last few years with the amazing rains that we've had, and they do a great job when it comes to cleaning up the streamways to make sure that the water can get through effectively. They are picking up trash. They're doing as much as they can to prepare for rain, but when you have rain every single day, and we had 2 inches at our house last night alone, it's really hard to prepare for the intensity and the amount of rain that we're getting. But I can assure you what they can do, they are doing.
I know that a lot of people would say, well, what about those storm drains and things like that? Do they need to be going around, more often to clean out those drains?
The drains, by and large, are really pretty clear. They do go by and they take note of things when they're picking up trash, so that doesn't seem to be an issue.
All right, and I always know because I'm the one who's driving down Wendover, and I always get caught on that outside lane that has all that water on it.
Yes, and some of that has to do with the pitch of the road too.
If only we can get that fixed. Okay, we're gonna have to put in our order for that. All right, also recently in the last week and a half, we've been talking about how the SBI is reviewing actions by the former Greensboro city attorney. So what can you say about this ongoing review?
So they're actually doing right now, I believe it's called an allegation review. And if they feel that there's something to it, they'll bring it to the district attorney and she will decide if they should dig deeper. At least that's my understanding. The city has never had the SBI involved in a personnel issue, so we're all kind of learning as we go along.
Do you think that we should be able to get any kind of update within the next week or 2, or?
That's really up to the SBI. It is in their hands. And what happens, when the police department, when they get a complaint, whether it has to do with a city council member or an employee, they usually hand it directly over to the SBI. That way there can't be any concern about conflicts.
Okay, rezoning, big topic last night.
Yes.
So what can you tell us about these 2 rezoning areas and what you think is going to happen?
We had 2 great rezonings last night. One was one that I think might have been up for the 4th time, which was Hobson Friendly. It'll be a Carroll development, and they are really doing, it is very thoughtful and intentional, and it will be a world-class development. It's different than the previous ones, and I'll tell you, they did a great job of outreach. There were 2 speakers who had some concerns. I believe that Carroll and their development team will continue to work with the neighbors to allay their fears. And then another great rezoning was Mount Zion Baptist Church, that they are taking a significant portion of their property, and they will be doing, really, I would call it a mixed-use village where people can live. They, they'll have resources that they need, including medical facilities. It's something that East Greensboro hasn't seen before. So I'm really excited about both of those.
All right, you got a question for the mayor? You can text us. The number is 336-379-5775.